Welcome to the most luxurious prison you'll ever lay eyes on. Each inmate lives in their own upscale apartment, complete with all the gourmet food they can eat. The prisoners spend their days indulging in various entertainment, playing chess, video games, working out at the gym. The best part is that this prison will also offer blind dates for the inmates. This prison is massive. As long as you stay within its walls, you can pretty much do whatever your heart desires. If it were you, would you be willing to be locked up in this prison? But here's the catch: getting admitted to this jail comes at a price. All inmates must volunteer as research subjects for the warden's drug experiments. Good behavior can lead to reduced sentences. The man who looks so much like Thor is named Anesti, the owner of this prison, but the drugs he's developing are seriously shady and can alter the human psyche. Before being locked up, every prisoner undergoes surgery to implant a device that houses the experimental medications, allowing the warden to administer doses remotely. It was Jeff's turn for today's blind date session. He and a beautiful woman were locked in the lab while the warden and his assistant monitored them behind a transparent glass wall. This time, the warden wants to test a new drug that makes the user fall deeply in love with their partner, even if the other person looks like a Komodo gargoyle. With consent, the warden injects them with the drug. Minutes later, the two became all lovey-dovey as their hearts raced. And that was it. The experiment was a resounding success. Jeff was really into these experiments and came back for another round a few days later. But this time, instead of a stunning beauty, his match was an older lady. Even before being injected, she seemed smitten with Jeff. What happened next was so steamy, the assistant couldn't bear to watch. The warden, on the other hand, was thrilled. However, he noticed an issue. Jeff had received double the dose when matched with the older woman compared to the beauty, yet his affection for both was equal. For further study, the warden locked the two women in the lab and summoned Jeff. He asked Jeff to pick one to inject with another drug that would plunge the recipient into utter despair, making life not worth living. Having experienced it before, Jeff knew its horror all too well. He couldn't choose. Since Jeff couldn't decide, the warden simply released both women. But to Jeff's surprise, the next blind date set up for him is a tattooed, muscular behemoth.